Another guy we've been talking a lot about, Carlos Correa. Where does he sign?
You had a prediction the other day on
I did.
Correa. Your prediction was that Carlos Correa goes to the Dodgers. And I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think Carlos goes to the Dodgers. Why not? You know, he's great.
Yep.
I think he'd be a great fit there. I do think
he's a star.
He's a star.
LA you need to be a star in LA.
And we mentioned it. There's so much money available with all the money coming off the books for the Dodgers. Kimbrel, Bellinger's contract. Good Lord. That's off the books. I mean, there are plenty of Trey Turner. There's big money guys that have gone off the books, and they're able to spend now. I think they do it at shortstop, and I think they do it at pitcher.
Pitching. They have to.
With their pitching. So what if I have Xander signing with the Red Sox, and we'll get to Trey Turner in a few minutes, but spoiler, it's not the Dodgers for me. What other shortstops are you looking at? They need to make a move, and I already have Dansby re-signing with the Braves.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of these shortstops, besides Trey, are going to re-sign with the team that they've been playing on. And are you going to tell me that the Los Angeles Dodgers, the big bad Dodgers, with all of these star shortstops on the market and books that are able to spend right now, aren't going to get one of them?
They have to.
I don't believe that to be the case. And I think Dansby stays in Atlanta. I think Bogart stays with the Red Sox. And I think Trey Turner moves on. I think they have to. I think they're going to be in a position where they have to sign Carlos Correa.
If they can't keep Trey, I think they might have to. But this was the big question, and the controversial question is, will LA fans actually accept him? And I've done 2 polls on social media now asking LA fans, would you accept him eventually or no way? And it was pretty close. Like, it wasn't like crazy one side. It was 41% eventually, 59% no way. But this is also before you see him play.
I don't believe that.
This is before you see him play. The moment he starts playing well for you and starts getting some big hits, big moments, big runs, big catches, you're going to love him.
That's when it starts.
You're going to love him.
I don't know if it's the moment when.
Well, no, he'll be halfway through the season.
If Carlos Correa is an all-star next year for the Dodgers, that second half, he's going to be loved.
Just halfway through the season.
And guess where Correa shows up more than anybody? The playoffs.
Yep.
Like, come on. 59% of people saying no way to accepting Carlos Correa. Come on. The name of the game is winning baseball games.
Yep.
Right? And if you have a guy on your team that's a star and is helping you win baseball games, you're going to accept him, right? Like, I got news for you. 59% of people that said, no way would I accept Carlos Correa. You've sure accepted Mookie Betts, right? What was he doing in Boston? Then he comes over. You've accepted him just fine. So come on, wake up. The guy plays great. He's an all-star. You make the playoffs and he's your shortstop. You're going to accept Carlos Correa. Come on, give me a break. That's where I think he's going.
That's where I think he's going. And I can't wait for the drama.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the drama. All right, let's move to some arms. Arguably the top arm on the market. You might think otherwise. Jacob deGrom. Where is he going to sign?
Yeah, I think otherwise.
Okay.
Jacob deGrom is 1A and 1B available on the market. I went back and forth here, and I'll give you the after I give you the prediction, I'll give you the team that I went back and forth with. Okay. But I think he stays with New York.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads to deGrom and Rodon are my 2 predictions to be in that Mets rotation. I do think Jacob deGrom stays being a Met. I think that's where he wants to be.
Yeah.
He was vocal about that ever since spring training of last year when he said, I am going to opt out, but I want to be here.
Yeah.
Which is a fair thing to say. And he even said again this offseason, as long as the offers are in the ballpark, I want to be with the Mets. So I think it gets done. I think he stays with the Mets.
I think he stays in New York once again. I think it's
You're
Mets
unbelievable.
or Yankees. The Yankees requested his medical information. So they're interested. They're one of the handful of teams that have kind of leaked out that they want him. And again, they have the money and they need a big name, big arm. Who was the other team you went back and forth with?
The other team I was going back and forth with was the Texas Rangers.
Okay.
Now, and the reason I have gone back and forth, even after deGrom said, if the offers are in the ballpark, I want to be a Met. I think the Rangers are a team that would get out of the ballpark and just go spend. And I don't think they're doing it the right way, right? I almost think the Rangers are doing it in a sort of Los Angeles Angels way of, okay,
see how that worked out.
Let's go pay 3 superstars and give them all the money and then just fill in around them.
Yeah.
Well,
doesn't work that way.
That's not the way it works in baseball. And I think that is what it looks, with Seager and Semien up the middle. Great, you have 2 superstars, but guess what? Your team still sucked this year. So then you look at what do the Rangers need right now? Is it one ace of a staff? No. It's 4 pitchers in your rotation that are good.
Yeah.
And I just think they built this new stadium, this big stadium that's hosting an All-Star game soon, right? And has already hosted a World Series, which is weird, but they did, the COVID World Series. So it's been on the map. It's this big, beautiful stadium. All the players love it. But what are you going to do on the field? Okay, let's go throw $500 million at Marcus Semien and Corey Seager. And, oh, man, Jacob deGrom's a free agent. Let's give him all the money in the world and outbid the Mets. Then what are you stuck with? You're stuck with a team of Jacob deGrom, Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, and that's it. And that is not a winning recipe, and we've seen it with the Angels. The Angels are the best example. Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, Anthony Rendon. What else?
There was also Albert Pujols there in the beginning.
Another bad contract.
Josh Hamilton, let's throw this on, see if that works. They did a lot of bad decisions.
These are bad contracts. And the only one that I don't blame them on is Josh Hamilton, right? I think that was a unique situation. But with Albert, you give him all the money in the world at he was 33 years old at the time. You gave him a 10-year contract?
Yep.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world.
And is he really 33 years old?
Well, that's a different conversation.
That's up for debate
for a
too.
Different day. But T.O. Albert these days looks more like Grandpapa Albert.
Nah, he's having a great time.
I wish Albert was still Albert Pujols could hit until he was 80 years old. I believe that wholeheartedly.
He could hit. I don't know if he's going to make it to first base.
That was already
a little tough.
He was hardly doing that this year.
Tough.
The only way he was making it to first base is if he hit it over the fence.
Yeah.
And he did that just enough.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was great.
Got it done. So everything you just said about the Rangers, which is why I do not think deGrom would go there or end up there. Why are you going to go from a team that was in first place in your division almost the entire season to a struggling team that needs to build around you?
Well, the answer, if you're Jacob deGrom, is the money.
Well, do you want to win or do you want the money? And that's a whole other conversation. What's more important to you? The hardware or the money? The legacy or the money? And there's no wrong answer for an athlete. This is 100% up to the athletes. What's important to you? But you got to make that choice in these free agent
there's
decisions.
absolutely nothing wrong with that answer one way or the other.